What makes Black
You
Americans
don't stand a
Africans?
chance with them.
Nothing. Nothing. We ain't African. Period. We've I don't know how many times we have to keep explaining to these people. We have 11th century buildings, 12th century, 13th century, 14th century buildings before any YT people ever came over here. We had trade routes. Go back and listen to President Carter's comments in documentaries on how he said these people were already here. These black people didn't come in the bottom of a boat. They were here long before we came. There's an agenda of my people here. And I believe that's the reason. Y'all need to really look at that. We were here. We're not you other people. And I land my plane.
Yeah, you said they're already blacks here, and what did he say? He said these people look like the Ethiopians, right? When Columbus came, it's in books documented, just describing the people and how they resembled Africans. So, like, I mean, I think you read, but you're like you halfway read books. They literally describe the phenotypes of the people that are already here. You know why? Because Africans been traveling. Africans are travelers. There's so many of us that we actually travel. It makes sense. So yeah, that's all I have to say to that.
I have something to say. They said that they were Christopher Columbus said called them Negroes. Okay, if he wanted to call them Africans, he would have called them African.
He literally said it looked like the
No,
Ethiopians.
he said yes, he said that, but he said they were Negroes, and he also got into description of their culture, okay, and the languages that they were speaking here, and it was not any type of African culture. And if you have any type of scholarship and you actually read instead of cherry picking, then you would know that.
You literally have a phone in your hand. You have the most powerful device of information. You could literally look it up on your phone, and everything that we've been telling you people is true. Why won't you just look it up and just search it for yourself? Why you keep like literally keep denying what we're telling you? You think that we're all that every FBA are going to be fabricating the same stories? Our grandmothers and great grandparents and grandparents told us who we were. When Cortez came here again, when Amerigo Vespucci and all of these other people came here, they said they seen black and brown indigenous people. Not even the $5 Siberian Alaskan that came here. That's the $5 Indian. He didn't say he seen none of those people. He said he seen black and brown indigenous people. Now I wish I could get a nail, right, and a hammer and drill this into some of these people's heads. I land my plane.
What makes Black Americans African? Nothing.
Sweet
You
Wolfie
know.
is a black American for the people in the room. Go ahead, Sweet Wolfie.
Yes, I'm foundational Black American for the people in the room. What makes Black Americans Africans? Nothing. Our ancestors did not want to be called African. They made up the word Afro American, and we see how the world has colonized the word Afro. Any identity that we have for ourselves, you see the world colonize it because they're going through the identity crisis. The Greeks told them who they are, and they believed it. The young man was saying, that we can't read to comprehend. If you really read to comprehend, you would know they call many nations Ethiopia. They call many before they settle and call the place that you know for Ethiopian. And if they was talking about the Ethiopians, that's Ethiopian. Ethiopians do not look like West Africans. No one would ever confuse an Ethiopian with a West African, like they not confusing a Black American with a West African in 2026. It is not until you put on our clothing, our ethnicity, our hairstyles, our taper face, our afros. Because y'all not even in elementary, middle school, or high school, y'all not wearing braids with beads. Y'all get your hair cut off. Y'all not even getting tapered. That is a Black American creation and invention. The things about it, I think that y'all are so caught up in trying to assimilate to the Western world and the Western culture that y'all forget that y'all just started getting passports not even 70 years ago, that y'all just started traveling the world. Black Americans, Negroes, been traveling the world on planes because we created a long distance airplane. Charles Chappelle. I constantly say his name because y'all ignorant to the things and everything that Black Americans created and invented to make the world civilized globally. We're not Africans because if we was Africans will have things globally, inventions and creations that the world is benefiting and trying to remove their name from. No one is trying to remove a Nigerian from a Nigerian invention. It's just not globally. No one is trying to remove an Ethiopian from an Ethiopian invention. It's just not globally. Y'all inventions is more more in your country. It's not globally like the toilet, like the modern day refrigerator, like the AC, like the automobile car. It's just we're not Africans. And that's the problem that they have, that they cannot accept that we're two different people with strong two different cultures, and we are the richest nation, not that continent with 54 countries. This country with 50.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, 3D, for your rebuttal.
Man,
Three
you're
three
talking
D
about
for the room. What's your ethnicity?
I'm Ghanaian.
All right, go ahead, 3D.
It's funny when Johnny come lately black Americans talk about Africans and not having inventions. The thing with Africans and
Thank
our
you. Thank you.
inventions and our contributions to the world is still engraved in the fabric of humanity that you don't even think about it. So let me list out a couple of things for you. Um, Things like surgery, brain surgery, African, smallpox, inoculation, African, iron melting technology, African, sophisticated bronze and brass casting, African, and I can go on and on. Um, uh, orthopedics is African. Um, Iron agriculture itself. Um, the list goes on and on and on and on.
Okay.
Like it's actually things that make society run.
Okay. Well, land your
So
plane and shout
y'all
out.
were funny with that.
Okay. Well,
That's
hold
all I have
on.
to say.
All right.
Give us their
Hold
names.
on, sweet Wolfie. Hold on, real quick, because you got your final say. One thing I will say is shout out to everything you guys have done. You know, whatever it is you have done, we're no haters. We congratulate all accomplishments of all people, especially melanated people. So shout out to everything that you guys have done over there. That still
No, he's
doesn't make us.
lying.
I know. I'm
He
just
just
saying.
named Black
I mean, I
Americans
don't know if he's
inventions.
lying or not. Hold on, but
I
I'm just
do.
saying. I know, but I'm just saying. I'm sure they created something. They had to invent something, no matter what it was. But I'm not saying congratulations to what he named, but I'm just letting these people know that we not haters. If you have accomplished something or invented something, shout out to that. You know, go ahead, sweet Wolfie.
Let me tell you something. And no American is going to Africa for their doctors. Ain't nobody getting surgery in no Africa for nothing. We don't trust you. You're untrustworthy. You're not an ally. The fact is, you name Black Americans, and this is again inventions. You've seen the word African
No, these are
American, and you
Egyptian
went to Google.
inventions.
No, no,
These are
no, 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 no,
Egyptian.
no. Egyptian invention.
Hold on.
The
You got
clock
to
on the
give her her
wall is a
time.
Black American invention. The smart computer is a Black American invention. We can talk about inventions that we no longer use, like the CD player and the VCR, but we still have inventions like the touchscreen, long distance, the clear long distance phone call, the voice over internet program. These are all Black American inventions added on to the many that we've been inventing over 400 years. See, you cannot compete or compare because our inventions is global, and we are the
We
civilization
invented
that you have
math.
to. No,
We
no, no, no,
invented
no, 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 no,
math.
no, no. You're not doing your math to invent anything in 2021st century. In the
Geometry. We
2021st.
invented geometry,
No,
okay?
no, 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 sir, sir, sir. You're in America. You're using America math. You're using America resources. And then America had iron. Iron is native to America, dummy.
We invented
It
the
is the
calendar.
simplest research that you can do if you have
The
so much research.
calendar. We
Why is
invented
you
the
keep
calendar.
And why?
interrupting her? I'm just gonna drop him because he obviously the
Why?
truth hurt. We know it hurts. We know, but
It
damn.
is. We have copper. We have diamonds. We have gold. We have fresh water. We have land. We have green acres that go on and on and on, something that you and your desert do not have. People in Ethiopia is starving. You're trying to challenge us while you're sitting in your home in the AC. And we're not sitting in a hot hut in Africa because you're the richest and you're using your resources for globally. You still haven't got those resources out the ground, sir. Go dig.
Love's World.